So for row 3, we are going to chain 1 and then add a single crochet into that very first stitch right there at the base of the chain, and then we're going to continue adding a single crochet into every single stitch all the way until the end. That is it for row 3. If you want to move on to row 4 for the next stitch tutorial instructions, you can go ahead and do that now, but if you want to learn more about the sample swatch, then I welcome you to stick around. So if you want to figure out how many chains you will need for your big project, you would first make a sample swatch. That sample swatch is going to tell you how many chains are going to give you a certain size. So in my case, I used 28 chains and it gave me a 9-inch square. I ended up with 37 rows, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. For my final dimensions, I'm looking for a 40-inch width. Since my sample swatch gave me 9 inches, I'm going to divide 40 by 9, and that is going to give me 4.4 repeating. I'm going to round down to 4 because I can always add to the size by adding a border. Then I'm going to take that number 4 and I'm going to multiply it by 27, and that's my chain count from the beginning minus the one I needed for the edges. So 4 times 27 is going to give me 108, and then I'm going to add 1 to get my final chain count. Now for the length, you have 2 options. You can just measure as you go and stop whenever you're finished, or you can use the similar math to kind of figure out an estimate of how many rows you're going to need. Most of the time you would use that kind of a math to figure out how much yarn you're going to need for your project so that you can buy everything all at once, but I don't want to bombard you with too much information right off the bat. If you like these kind of little tips or information in the video, let me know. If you find it distracting, please let me know that too. I'm trying to make them the best I can, and your feedback really helps.